all, how was your travel? How are you?
Looks as good as on paper. We're in the kill zone, pal. We're locked and loaded.
Hydro smoking 99 to find around the time of my life. It called me 57.
Right then, guys, how are we all doing? Are we having a good week? A little vibe out with Sailor here. Look at that. On a bit of a Twitch stream there. Right, let's jump in, have a look at price action, where we've come from, where we are going. Little review, quick review, we'll try and keep it, of the week's action and where we're potentially going from here as Bitcoin and altcoins seek out a little bit more demand. Okay, so really good to see this pullback. It's what we expected at the beginning of the week, to be honest. Okay, so lots of levels, demand levels coming in now. Let's have a look and review where we are potentially going. ETH and Sol pulling back. Alt's actually suffering quite a bit, but ETH and Sol, nice technical pullbacks down to the levels that we wanted at the beginning of the week when we did the YouTube. Let's just have a quick review of that, if that whatsoever. Bigger deviations down. Yeah, well, I need to see a lot more supply. I'd like to see a rise in, you know, a big rise in the open interest as people start to buy highs or something. And then, yeah, I would look at a bigger deviation down. And I'd even, you know, go so far as to say, yeah, I'd short, you know, I'd hedge a short position on BTC. You know, that 110k level, if the supply is really heavy, why not? It's a trade. Take the trade. Right, so the thing is about that level is we did actually rise up there. We hit some big supply. We did have some bearish divergences up there as well. Was streaming the live at the time and I got laughed at because I didn't execute on the short position, and a lot of other players in the TRDR socials did execute, so well done to those traders in there. They all executed their short positions in that area. As we're on the live session, I was absolutely talking bollocks on the live stream, didn't execute, and price dropped. I joked that I wanted price to come out and stop them all out, and then Nick would get an execution on his short trade, but it wasn't to be. We just rolled over and it was quick, so well played to the guys on the live stream that executed in there and actually said that we were just going to drop down. But whether you are hedging a short position, just taking profits on longs, it's nice to be on the right side of the market and anticipate what is going on. How do you do that? Well, you need the TRDR console, don't you? So link below for a free trial, and yes, 20% off the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course as well, okay? So as price drove down into those levels, we'll have a look at some data in a second. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we did have a lot of liquidity. Mentioned this a couple of times, mentioned it in the Discord yesterday as we were dropping down. So initial levels, you go level by level. Initial level at the beginning of the week was 104, and then as we come down, for any big deviation, it was kind of like 101. But then as you watch the flows, you know, that's what you've got to do. Lots of, this was yesterday before J-Power, okay? Lots of liquidity under 100k if we can get there. Best R&R hunting down there, in my honest opinion. Alt showing demand zones down there also, okay, guys? So get involved in the socials as well with us. We'll try and keep you updated as much as possible. I think I actually even replied to someone's email. Yeah, Exit Pump. He's dead right. We were showing signs of demand, but it doesn't mean you can't eat into demand and go and fill all those orders. The perps books were absolutely filling up with orders, you know, and I said to a couple of guys, well, that's fine if they're going to commit to that. Let's go fill them. If they want a fill, let's go fill them, you know. OBC, order book changes, liquidity gaps under 100k for wicks, and there we go, and that's where we came to, you know. So where are we now? Let me just drop this here, this one here. Okay, so that's where we are. So we came down, we wicked under 99k, didn't we? I think it was like 99.1 or something like that. Okay, we actually hit some really good demand zones. We'll go look at that in the TRDR console in a second, and we've got a nice bounce. So you know, this was 2 AM here for me. I was getting my beauty sleep because I need it nowadays. Anyone that executed in there, I think you've done well. I think there's just a few things we need to look at to consider if we come back and test this zone, or do we need to deviate even a little bit lower? Do we get a little bit of a failure here and deviate a little bit lower? There's certainly some areas we can just see there. 95k is the biggest order block in the book, defending price right here, right now. A couple of classic TA levels around there as well. So I'm just aware that we've hit good demand. Okay, so be aware of that. We've bounced, very nice. Do we now get some dynamic bid in this area? Okay, and they start to chase price up and we just get some kind of Dalai Lama V-shaped recovery up? Or Do we grind this area out, create a bit more of a price auction and float down and fill some of this zone, okay? So let's go and have a look at some TA levels in the trading view charts first and foremost, okay? So 4-hour chart, you can just see where we've come down to, okay? So this is your trend, 4-hour trend. All very nice. So anyone that was playing this zone yesterday, very, very good. We were looking for a dip under 100k to grab that liquidity. You got it. What did we wick down to there? Wow, actually under 99k, okay, so yeah, Binance spot 98.9-ish, we'll call it. You've wicked up, and yeah, you are actually just pushing up now, okay, so it'd be very nice and good trading if we could come back and confirm this area, okay, but to get any continuation, just have a look in the console for any dynamic bid pushing up, and we'll just have a quick look at the daily time frame. So there you go, daily time frame, monthly VWAP, okay, a daily open there, 100k. Now the area I am just aware of, if we were to get a larger deviation, which I think would be very, very nice, it would be value and it would be for good trading as well, is the monthly open down here, okay? So it would look a little bit like a deviation out of this daily trend that you are forming here, but monthly open 96,472, okay, you know, varying on your exchange where they opened or whatever, but yeah, down there in that 96 level, remembering that we've got that big order block in most exchanges at 95 as well, okay, but yeah, 4-hour, very constructive. Do we spend a bit of a time, you know, in this zone? I think this is now your working zone. If you want in a little bid, that's your working zone. You want to see some strong bid coming in there, defending price now. If not, yeah, monthly open down here, I'd be looking for some of that. All right, guys. Sol came down to that 200 zone. Again, we mentioned this on the last video, 200 zone. Very, very nice. It's hit a lot of spot bid down here. Big wicks, double bottom, maybe, double bottom. Again, this is your working zone. If you're not involved, this is your working zone here. Daily open 206. ETH, very similar. We're looking at ETH to come down. Not quite wicked down to the level I wanted yet, to be honest. Okay, so don't mind at all if ETH starts to form. Okay, you all love my fixed range pulls, don't you? I don't mind at all if ETH starts to form a little bit of a range here. Yeah, maybe we just come and back test the value area low of the current range pull, okay, and deviate back down. Do we then, you know, if we're going to start to form a little bit of a range on ETH, where's my drawing tool? If you know, you're going to get something like BTC, aren't you? You know, that's all you need to look for, and you can play that all day long while BTC does its thing. You know, maybe dominance rises a little bit on BTC. BTC does its own thing for a while. ETH laggards a little bit. You know, maybe BTC and Sol take over. Sol would be good because then some of your memes will rise as well. We're not going to have a look at altcoins too much. Join us in the TRDR Discord live session in the US session, okay, and we can have a look at alts in a bit of a bigger depth. But yeah, not too bad here. Deviation off trend. Does it pull back? Maybe up to the POC there, 3855-ish. Does it start to form a range? Right, let's go and have a look at some order flow in the TRDR console.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Right then, guys, here we are, TRDR console, just on the multiverse at the minute. Yep, watching the big four. Pepe as well, I class that as one of the big four at the minute. So ETH, big demand zone, wicked, grab all the liquidity. You have just got this lower level here now at 3,500, okay? Interesting level. What's similar on Sol? Sol, just below 200 again. Now, Sol has been a strong asset. Obviously, if you were hedging any kind of short position on these assets, you've done well this week, to be honest. But yeah, Sol similar. And there we go. We can just see, okay, we can just see that level there. Big spot and perps order block at 95. So do we come down again? Okay, do we come down again into that 96 monthly open? That'd be very nice. I think that'd make some very, very good trading. The thing we're lacking at the minute, and I'll just go to a full window just for a second here on BTC, okay? Nice bounce already. So, you know, you really need to be executing in these areas. You can just see on perps as well. So perps and spot all involved here, okay? Now, if you were executing in here and you were a bit of a trading sniper sharpshooter, then, you know, your risk reward is already, you know, you've done brilliant already, okay? Just be aware that we could come back down for those tests potentially if you don't get any more dynamic bid now really getting aggressive and pushing price up. But this is your working zone now, okay? So depth was good yesterday as we came down there. You can see spot double ratio bands. We've got a double diamond BTC alert, okay? So that's our normal BTC diamond alert that you get in the alert system from the TRDR console here. But double ratios, okay? 1 to 2.5 and 2.5 to 5%. So double bubble ratios, and you got the push up, okay? Nice depth down there, billion aggregated depth. The only thing you're lacking slightly at the minute, okay, is volume as we come down here. Not particularly any volume bullish divergences as we hit down there. Lower time frame, if you're really going lower time frame, or you know, if you just adjusted, you look back on this profile, then you probably saw some slight volume bullish divergences down there. But nice to see that open interest is absolutely nuked. Funding still hanging around a little bit high. So the cherry on the cake would be just bring that funding down a little bit and get that volume king cluster. I would love it if we came back down. It looks like we're floating up now in this European session, so maybe that will kind of, you know, just look left, that 104 region. Then we get some kind of little rotation down for 24 hours. That'd be good. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you are long from here, like I say, very, very good risk reward already. But when you've nuked so many people out the books and the open interest stock like this, it doesn't take much volume to push price back up, okay? When the books have been emptied, it doesn't take much volume to push back up. So what do I want to see now, okay? I want to see the volume curling up as normal, curling up, nice flow, nice steady flow and open interest as well. If we get a rotation down, I want to see a continuation as that volume as always. All right, guys, so that's something I am aware of. Some alts are lagging, okay, so maybe BTC dominance does take over for a little while, something to be aware of. Don't dive all in on alts, because if BTC does get another little drop, even if it just comes back and tests this 100k level, your alts that are suffering, they're still going to suffer, to be honest. All right, guys, so share the video, share the alpha, okay? Don't want anyone missing out on any of this. Join the TRDR Discord as well, because we drop as much as we can in there as well. Join the live session, okay? Join the live sessions. DK and myself live every day as much as we can. Lots of alpha in there also. You'll also be able to take the piss out of me when I don't execute on the trades in these zones, and you lot do, and then we nuke straight down. All right, guys. Speak soon. Cheers.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?